Hey, welcome. Today I'm talking about victim mentality and the victim triangle. If you're new to this concept, then listen up. And if you're not new to it, check it out because this is some good review. The victim triangle is made up of these three identities. And these identities are problematic because they become entrenched or enmeshed inside of somebody's roles or rules or self-beliefs or stories. And the triangle is the victim, the villain or the perpetrator, and the rescuer. And these are important because once somebody becomes entrenched in a victim mentality, it's when they actually believe that they are the victim. And then that keeps perpetuating that pattern. Isn't there a great quote from Brene Brown? And she says that if you're always looking for evidence that you don't belong, or if you're always looking for evidence that you're not good enough, or if you're always looking for evidence that you're a victim, then you're going to find it. So this is deep stuff because you have to look at where in yourself you're perpetuating all those places of stuckness and whatever karmic cul-de-sac or loop that you're in. The villain is often the one who gets blamed, and that becomes disempowering when it's an outside source. And then the rescuer is the savior complex, or men would become a nice guy, the nice guy syndrome, or basically codependence, where there's a people-pleasing impulse, a fawning response in the language of trauma happens over here. And the danger of the rescuer is that it's going to reify and re-solidify the positions of the victim and the villain. So I'm telling you this because I want you to play with this model within yourself and look for the places where you are maybe still playing victim, maybe where you're unconscious of places where you've accepted or settled for something that you really didn't want, or maybe you're stuck in villain. Maybe you're used to being the one who gets the blame, or maybe you're chronically in the rescuer role and you're always putting out fires and you have a hidden kink from being righteous as a rescuer. And here's another thing about the identity of rescuer as an archetypal power inside of men and boys. There's a saying: boys rescue, men serve. So if there's a desire to rescue the princess in like a myth, that comes from a more immature part of us as men. There's a more immature part of us that wants to go out, rescue, and prove to the world that you can. And then the more mature expression, the more man expression beyond the hero is to be serving and to be of service. So that's a key difference here. But the classic rework here is to go from victim to creator. And by creator, I mean you become 100% responsible for your circumstance and your life. And it doesn't mean that maybe bad shit didn't happen. Maybe bad shit happened to you. Maybe you even got hurt. But the difference between a victim and a creator is a creator's been through some shit, but they're going to turn it into generativity. They're going to turn hardship into medicine. They're going to become a lighthouse for others so that others don't have to go through the same hardship. And then over here, there's a rework of looking at the villain, and instead of it being a scapegoat, the villain becomes a challenge, and the empowered triangle is about accepting the challenge, and it's about welcoming the challenge or seeing it as a challenger, like seeing somebody who's a challenging personality that you have to rise up so that you can meet them and show up in right relationship in your power, and create that generative place. And then over here, instead of rescuer, you have coach. And there's a difference between a coach and a rescuer, in that the coach is someone who's been through it before. Like, they know the game and they're there to encourage you, but they're not going to give you the answers. They're just going to ask powerful questions so that you can unlock that power within yourself. So the empowerment triangle is shifting from victim to creator, from rescuer to coach, and from villain to challenger. So this is a very powerful tool. I use it myself, and it's infinite and creates infinite freedom, because there's always another hidden layer of the onion where I need to look at where I'm unconscious, or where I'm sliding back into a karmic cul-de-sac, or a loop of victim mentality, and where I need to pattern interrupt so I can take different action on purpose and be the 100% radical responsibility creator. And that means taking ownership, backbone, heart, and balls, getting my power back from all the places where I've given my power away. And this is incredibly radical stuff, because most people are walking around comfortable in the prison or the cages that get created in our world, and the conditions that ultimately look like slavery. So the challenge here is to embrace the infinite freedom by applying the tool, so you can create and be a creator. So that's it. That's all I got for now. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.